Hello, Star Trek Online fans. Pusher X here, also Pusher XP. Wanted to, introduce myself. Been playing since the game started in beta and everything, and you know, kind of wanting to get out there as far as you know, you know, telling you, what my focus is. Everyone's got a little bit different approach in this game. Some people like to get it exactly right, build for everything, get everything, but I've kind of, more of a, you know, convenience player, just want to, play for fun and stuff on the side. Occasionally put some money into the game, but really not too much. So I like to enjoy playing. The particular ship I've got here is actually the, Defiant class that you can actually, I think, purchase. I've had a lot of, cryptic credits, so I really love my, Defiant builds, and really want to, play that up. I love the DS9 series. I love a lot of the series, shows out there for the Star Trek universe. You know, you know, but DS9, definitely one I enjoyed a lot of. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and load into the game here. Taking a break here since the summer sale or the summer event over on Ryza, so I'm sure I'm going to be loading into there. So it's like even the Ryza event I would put time into, but it was uh, a little rough. It's like I just don't have time to put that much time into the game. So, but but and here's the new one, but I'm gonna decline that for the moment. So, but I think what I'm gonna do here is I'll look around a little bit. Oh yeah, need to check into that. For some reason my character isn't running. Forgot about that. Flying high. Wow, the event is still going on. Figure that out later. Whoa. Hello. So I'm going to go ahead and beam up here. And again, I'll tell y'all as well. I'm sort of testing some settings out here, and wanting to uh, test out different games. I'm sure the settings aren't going to be 100% right here, so doing some tests and everything in different settings. So if y'all see any issues, just go ahead and mention in the comments and whatnot. But real beginning, I'm already seeing some little bit of screenshot there that's usually never there with me. So but yeah, this is my Defiant class right here. Love this ship. It's like no matter what, gotta keep my cloaking device too. Gotta be able to disappear when you need to. Got my cannons. Also have my red matter capacitor. Like I said, I got it when it first was released. So with the lifetime membership and the little gray box. Eventually I'll get a camera. I'll prove it. So got the lifetime subscription, box when it first was released and was doing beta and everything, but it was pretty much, ready to go with that. But the game's gone through so many, changes and stuff like that that, it's just ridiculous, how different it is now from when it was way back in the day when it first started. So, and no, I don't want to dock. I just want to go behind the station. And it put me in, don't be me. I don't want to go. Let me go. Let me go. You silly, silly, silly. Let's do this. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, there we go. I'm free. There we are. I'm free. Anyway, but it's just amazing how many, renditions this game has gone through, and just the open space when you're floating from, area to area. Even Earth's space dock there has changed. This was the original one, everyone kind of knew from television, and the one they originally had was just, completely not that. So I think people were a little bummed by that. So we'll show you something I always find interesting with this game. It's just like, it's like the world here at nighttime, on the opposite side of the sun. So it shows you, what everything looks like at night, even on the other side of the earth. But it's kind of, this year's, um, it's, most current lights. It's not what it might be in the, what do you call it, uh, 24th century or whatever century it's taking place. So you've got India there. But one of the things that I find interesting, as soon as I can get there. So, oh, okay, you got Japan. There it is. So you got Japan, Korea, you know, uh, China, and you got North Korea. Apparently, they're still in the dark. I always find that funny about this game. You got the Koreas, and it's just like, yeah, apparently Korea is still in the dark. But Japan and, China is obviously very, industrialized at this point. But anyway, enough about the trivia. Uh, I think I should be able to get back to the space station. So, but yeah, it's amazing how much of this game is not, has, is the same, but a lot of it has changed, and for the better for most sakes. You got your, spam live and well there. Um, just the reputation system, the events, the fact that you have a fleet that you can, work with and stuff on occasion. Um, you know, um, it's just so many things have changed. I mean, the biggest change, and what I think is really the best change, is just being able to go through sector space in the way that you have. There used to be, sectors, and it's like sections where you'd actually have to jump from section to section, and by, walking up to the edge of the map, and it port you into another instance where it would be another sectors of space, and now it's all one thing. There's a few others that are separate, but to a large degree, it's, um, you know, much less, segmented. It's like before there was a lot of sectors, a lot of segments, and it was just a little silly. But got my character here. Like I said, lifetime member, so org will work. And let's see, select your ship. Just sort of show you some of the ships here. And I've got here, I've gone through a lot of them. Got the Kabali one. Got the one from the Christmas event here. I believe that was also part of a Christmas event with these are two Breen ships. This is the Kabali. The Kabali is from the Voyager series. And basically we've also got this one right here, which is the Obelisk carrier. That's, part of the, what do you call it? Um, Let me just pull it up here. I can just tell you what it was. It's part of the like Solonade or Delta Alliance and stuff like that. It's like these are some of the more recent ones, but I believe that's part of the Solonade thing. Basically, when it first came out, you got this ship that went along with it. But ever since they came out with Tier 5 ships and things like that, things like this don't mean anything. They're kind of fun. They're not really within the lore, but it's really one of the liberties that the game has taken. But it's been kind of fun to sort of play around with the lore a little bit. So uh, basically having to do with the Solenoid. They played in the Dyson Sphere, things like that. So it was a lot of fun. It kind of completed some circles. But this here is, like I said, the Breen ships. These are Tier 5U and Tier 6 ships, which are the more powerful ones on there, and it's got a lot of the things to go, a lot of the little different equipment and to go with it. But this is like some of the last couple of ships that you get within games that'll be for free. Um, you know, this is something that they added, this Starship Mastery system, which is very impressive. It just adds to why you'd want a Tier 6 ship. So, I know when they got purchased by the uh, Perfect, I think it was Perfect World and whatnot. Basically, they had to sort of streamline it a little bit. People really wanted to play the ships in the beginning. It was all about characters and other things. But, when Perfect World took over, they were like, people want to fly the ships. So basically, it became a ship-based game. You got to play a lot of different ships. So this here is one that they give you, like, I think annually or whenever they come out with new ships. But basically, it's a heavy destroyer. It's got this, neat, you know, console that goes along with it, which allows it to transform or something. So it's kind of fun looking, but I really don't play it. Like I said, I'm more of my Defiant class ships. I'm just partial to that. I just something about being in the lore or being in the that world where this one's really hasn't shown up in any of the lore. So, but got the Fleet Dreadnought as well, but again, still has to be upgraded. There's a lot of things where they're trying to get you to put time and money into the game again still. And, you know, here's another one of my Defiant class ships. This is a Tier 5U, but think I'm using a Tier 6, I believe, but I'll have to look. So, but, as you can see, Mastery unlocks is 4. So the game has had tons of things, and things got nerfed. And this was also a nice little, giveaway during the game when they brought back the Tasha Yar character as well. This, was the Enterprise class, C that, was destroyed in the Star Trek The Next Generation episode that changed the timeline. So, kind of a neat one to have, but really never got a chance to play it, and it's not a Tier 5, so no one really plays it very often unless they're just wanting to be nostalgic. But yeah, this is the one I fly around in every day. It's a Tier 6, the Sariogo, but I think I bought it. But I bought it to get access to these phaser quad cannons. A lot of fun, but I got a lot of other stuff here. I'm playing around with a tractor beam, launcher as well. Just trying to, play around with this. This one has another thing where if it doesn't, it has torpedo launchers on it, by default. So, and I believe it's, part of, let me see, was it part of this one, the console universal quantum warhead module? Yeah, basically it adds, the ability to fire quantum torpedoes by not having quantum or photon torpedoes on the ship. So I still have the ability to fire torpedoes even though it's not in here. So very useful, for me. How I like to play it, I like to hit real hard with phaser beams and then, you know, throw some torpedoes at them and knock it out. So that's how I like to play it. Um, you know, a lot of fun to, try to overpower this, but so many things have been nerfed and stuff over the years that, I don't think a lot of people they just play for fun now. It's just, you try not to put too much time into it, they're gonna nerf it. But here's the other one from the Star Trek, the TV series that came out. It's also one of the free ones. Got the Runabout series as well, and what they call the Captain's Yacht, which I think is from one of the movies or something, but really, they showcase it in one of the episodes on Star Trek Online, but it's okay. Here's some of the other ones I have dry docked. Just didn't use them very much, and I got rid of a couple of the others before they had the dry dock system, or else I would have dry docked them. But yeah, but anyway, but lots of stuff here. They rehashed all the episodes and stuff, so that it kind of had a more linear playthrough with it. So really good. Some good things have happened over the years. So accolade system, which I have no idea why they put in here, but it's been in there from the beginning. So it is what it is. But uh, have the ability to adjust your character's look. Right clicking up here, change outfit. Um, like this is the current one I'm wearing right now is work, but I got missions, you know, just different setups that are available to you. If you like that, kind of thing. You got the 7 of 9 outfit as well, and just different builds. But I like my work one. Some people do a lot of crazy things with their uniforms, but I like something that's more lore and as close to Star Trek as it is. So, but one of the other things that they've added over the years is the reputation system, which is you know really nice, but it means putting a ton of time into the game. And the only one I've ever put in, and like I said, I'm a lifetime player. The only one I've ever put time into is the Omega. I don't want to play the game that much. I'm too busy to where I can't put the time into it. And okay, go ahead and collect some rewards. I get lots of different stuff. See, I got a bunch of stuff here. Let's see what else I have. Okay, got some dilithium. Let's see. But just things that you can collect. Here's another one. Collect. Anyway, but assets. See, this is the one things that has played out over the years. And refine that dilithium. You get ore, and you can refine it, and by doing different things in the game. You know, you know, these are some of the reputation systems. There used to be other, marks and stuff like that, and they kind of nerf all that. And here's another one that's sort of legacy as well, but really no good for anything other than just saying you have gold press platinum. But 4.8 million in, gold press platinum, but really can only buy junk. It's like great. So, but R&D systems completely new too. Got nerfed, a while back, but from the beginning of the game wasn't there, and just impressive. So, but I do like these summer events that they put on from time to time. It's also a winter event as well. They do one for Christmas time, summertime. The rewards for I think the what's that? It's the anniversary is what it is as well. So a lot of fun, but just never got into these reputation systems. You can get a coin or something to knock you up to make it cheaper or something on to your other characters, so you're not having to do it for every single character. So basically, if you reach the maximum level, you'll get a coin, and you apply that coin to another one of your characters, and you won't have to go through all that system again. You'll just have access to it, which that was a good idea. I think they learned some of their lessons, some of the other stuff that they were doing. But one of the other things they did was, the officers, the bridge officers, was a nice, tweak. It was like as you played, you get all these characters as a lifetime. I have access to um, the basically a couple of different characters, but the real, the purples were really the way to go. But here's my, android and stuff that, when they nerfed it, they gave these away to some of the lifetime members to sort of make up for it. Um, the photonic captain, just something I think I picked up over time. This one was part of the Jem'Hadar was part of a playthrough and stuff like that. People were trading these for a while, and they traded up to like 4 million and stuff where you were trading them. But now I think if you play it, I think you might be able to get the Jem'Hadar again. I can't remember, but they do like playthroughs annually or not annually. It might have been annually or monthly. I can't remember. But basically, you'd be able to you know get some of the special stuff again. But I think they kind of did away with that. Now, if you play through it once, you'll get it again. It just doesn't matter. So, but that was part of the game, and play through. But they go away after a while. So this is another one that I think I picked up during the game. This one I just got. I think they updated the game, and she was part of the storyline, so they gave her back out to everyone. So everyone in the game gets this particular character, and she's a purple one. And she's pretty helpful. But I have another other number of other characters that are purple. This one was also part of the playthrough as well. They give that away as part of one of the missions. This was also another purple that was part of the missions, part of the, Kabali thing. I think a lot of people really enjoyed the Kabali missions. So, like, if I think you have to get to about 60 level 60. Like, up here you have to play through and get to level 60. But to get into it, but Kabali was really a lot of fun. I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. It's hard to keep people interested in the game, but the Kabali series was really impressive. Some of the storyline, the ground maps, things like that were really co-optive, and you could play with a couple of your bridge officers. It was a lot of fun. So, but a lot of other characters I really don't do anything with. It's really handy. Here's another one that was part of one of the playthroughs that they'd give you, and that one I think I just earned. I really don't do much with them. But I really liked what they did with the. These are some of the skills that you can teach your bridge officers. It used to be that they were your bridge officers' abilities, where they could only do certain things. Um, were set in stone. It's like there was no way to change it. You just had to trade your bridge officers until you found one to do what you wanted to do. And now it's like it's not that, you know, intrinsic. If you want a bridge officer that will do certain things, then you just train them to do it. It's much more clear cut, and there's not a lot of training that's needed there. So, and they added these traits abilities too. This is something that's been around since the beginning of the game, but they've adjusted how it works. But basically, it shows you, you know, uh, the different levels of each of your captains or each one of your bridge officers, and as they promote, you have access to it. But the reason I haven't upgraded these is because they're already at their maximums. Like these are, ensign, uh, the different levels of the uh, getting moving up the promotions and things like that. So, they're only able to go up to this, so I'm not going to spend extra points, getting these because they're exactly where they need to be. So, and see, just shows you I have other characters, Ferengi, Trill, other purples in here. Just never done anything with because it's like there's, I mean, there's only so much space, and it just shows how you collect a lot of stuff. So, obviously, look, I mean, I got all kinds of stuff. It's hard to keep it straight. If you're wondering where these birds and stuff are coming, that's part of the summer event. But basically, you can trade them in and get marks and help you with, this reputation system. You can apply it to reputation system. But again, I mean, it just takes time, and a lot of people just don't have time for that. It's a little rough. So, some of the other stuff that's really nice is they added this roster system, which is basically um, your duty officers. You have your bridge officers and you have your duty officers. Duty officers are, the people that make sure the ship runs, and that's you can do different, uh, events here. So, you just select one, get some rewards, and you just begin the assignment, and you get some rewards after they're finished. And there's different difficulty levels, greens, blues, whatever. And this is something really new that they did. It's the Admiralty system. Basically, it's something where you can send your ships off on, um, uh, an event or something like that, or you know, um, you know, on a, yeah, send them off on a, an event or some kind of mission and stuff like that. So, but yeah, interesting. But R&D system, I don't mess with. They used to have a whole planet dedicated to, upgrading and building and crafting, and they got rid of it for this. It's not even a planet. It's just, built into your HUD where you just sit here and build and upgrade and things like that. And, I'm just not really interested in that either. So I put a lot of time and stuff into the mastery system of upgrading your ships and stuff, and just once you change something like that, people just don't want it. So they have this little green flashing light here to show you when they come out with new series. Like this one's Agents of Yesterday, and each time they come out with a new set, like they have a Romulan series and the Temporal one here, and each time they've done that, it sort of shows up in the question mark here. But you know, again, just showing you all around a little bit, just giving you a little bit of background on the games. Like I said, I've been around since the beta testing and stuff like that, or alpha testing, whatever it was. Not alpha, it was definitely in beta, but you know, and they, like I said, Earth space dock here did not ever look this clean, and it's definitely an upgrade here. So, but one of the things, oh, there we go. Got myself to run. Maybe I was tapping the wrong button. Anytime there's an event going on, someone's here, like Rising Visitor, Q parks himself right there, did some of the Christmas events. So here's the exchange, so you can trade things if you want and sell things. If you have access to your, bank here, store things. They give you certain. Oh, excuse me there. Oh yeah, there it is. But basically, sorry, I wasn't looking at these. I was looking at something else. But basically, you have access to, a lot of stuff. And these are some of the crates that you get when you're trading in some of those birds and monkeys and epos and whatnot. But Christmas event is something I definitely suggest people being involved with. It's kind of fun. It's one of the more fun events, and it's kind of a fun Q take on Christmas in the Star Trek universe. But um, yeah, these are some of the stuff left over from the Christmas event, so you can hold on to them. They reuse them each year, but a lot of fun. Stored here. You can have an account, so you can store money here and pick it up with any of your other characters. So as you build up cash in one account, you just dump it in here, and you can grab it from some of your other characters, which was not originally in the game. So one of the other things that they've changed, substantially is these skill systems. It's gone through I think 2 or 3 different revamps. This is definitely a more simple way of doing it, but I've put some time into it, but it looks like I've gotten 2 more space points, but I'll figure that out later. But you've got ground, some specializations. It's just almost a little too complicated for someone who just plays fun on the side. It's a little much. So and they have the tribbles. So and this particular one uses gives you a reputation point every time you use it. So this one here is the Luna Tribble, which is part of the you know event with over on Risa. So, but anyway, and this kit system here, that's also something that's new. Basically, it used to just be one thing, and it resembled this right here. Well, that is that right there. It's like a bunker fabrication system. It's like how it has all 3 or 4 of them in there, and basically they, adapted it and made it to where it was a kit module, and then you could add or tweak out and change out these modules as you need them, so you didn't have to carry around these, I guess, these guys all the time. So, but lots of stuff, going on with Star Trek Online. A lot of fun stuff, but a lot of change. So, but anyway, just wanted to give you all a quick overview of Star Trek Online, to sort of show you around a little bit and give you a little bit of history and background on it. So, I'm gonna let y'all go and have a good one.